And welcome to a brand new episode of The Daily Debate. My name is Ahmed Nader, and tonight we'll be focusing on the presidential activities of His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and more specifically in Sharq al-Uwaynat or East Uwaynat. As we did see today, His Excellency President al-Sisi inaugurating the wheat harvesting season in East Uwaynat, the project that is developing the food security in the country and the national economy in general, as Egypt is aiming to be getting about 50 million fedans cultivated by the year 2030 here in the country. And to be focusing on such an important topic, I'm honored to be having with me in the studio for tonight Engineer Abbas Zughari, the agricultural development expert. Thank you very much for being with us tonight on The Daily Debate.
Thank you.
Anytime. First of all, we'll be starting with the top stories for tonight, and we'll be starting with the main top story that took place on Sunday in Sharq al-Uwaynat or East Uwaynat, with President al-Sisi inaugurating the wheat harvest season, as President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi stressed the importance of applying the rational usage of water resources in agriculture and utilizing the groundwater reserves in East Uwaynat projects. The president was making the remarks as he witnessed the launch of the wheat harvest season and inaugurated the new projects in East Uwaynat region in Al Wadi Al Gadid Governorate. We will be having more details in the upcoming report, so let's see it.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi witnessed the inauguration of the wheat harvest season and the agricultural projects in East Uwaynat at the Governorate of Al Wadi Gadid on Sunday. He was briefed on the latest data and indicators related to the agricultural and agricultural products in Egypt. Addressing the event, the president said planting in East Uwaynat is implemented using groundwater reserves. al-Sisi said rational water usage should be applied in the agriculture in East Uwaynat, adding that the state is keen to utilize the modern irrigation mechanism in Toshka. He said the state aims to attract investors and youth to the new agricultural areas nationwide and to maximize the productivity of the agricultural products. The head of state also inaugurated a number of projects in East Uwaynat land via video conference. Later, he inspected the agricultural projects in the area. In his speech addressing the ceremony, Minister of Supply Ali Musalhi asserted that the preparations for the harvest season took place in full coordination with the Ministry of Agriculture. He said that so far more than 2 million tons of local wheat have been delivered since the beginning of the supply season, pointing out that the ministry aims to provide 4 million more tons by the end of the season. He added that the wheat is the most important strategic crops in Egypt, with a total cultivated area of 3.2 million acres. Musalhi stressed the importance of the national project of silos, outlining that the state succeeded in raising the storage capacity of the silos from 1.2 million tons to 3,500,000 tons of wheat. Meanwhile, Chairman of the National Board of Directors of Wataniya Land Reclamation, Major General Tawfiq Sami, said that the company has cultivated a total of 740,000 fiddan in Toshka and East Uwaynat areas. He also said that the area cultivated in East Uwaynat, the second largest agricultural project in southern Egypt, will reach 280,000 fiddans by 2024.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Daily Debate. Engineer Abbas Zughari, as we did see in the past report, the details about the inauguration or the launch of the wheat harvest season inaugurated by His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in Al-Wadi Al-Gadid, or Sharq Al-Uwaynat, or East Uwaynat in English. What is the importance of developing Upper Egypt in specific? Because during the report we have listened as well to the other details regarding Toshka and, as we did see today, Al-Wadi Al-Gadid or Sharq Al-Uwaynat. So why do you think that the government and the political leadership and President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi are concentrating on developing Upper Egypt in general and more specific in agriculture?
No, actually, we have talking about this in 2016, and it was a dream.
Yes.
The important things what the government busy with is the land in New Valley and in East Uwaynat. The ground is much better than anywhere else.
Yes.
There was a problem in Toshka, which has been made a lot of difficulty for the past presidency.
Yes.
They couldn't reach the aim of developing or cultivating more fadan in Toshka, which was too much stone. But during the presidency of President Sisi, nothing is impossible. Everything must be done.
Yes.
And the army has played a big role in that case.
Yes.
And they work very hard, and they have the capacity to do that. And therefore, they have developed about what must be 750,000 fadan in Toshka.
Yes.
And 400,000 in East Uwaynat. And the wheat problem, we have it actually in the ancient Egypt. We were exporting wheat to Europe. As I have said before, in the oasis,
Yes.
there were a lot of land which was aggregated in wheat, and we were export wheat to Europe. And now, because of the development of the population in Egypt, we use a lot of wheat. So therefore, we have to aggregate and cultivate a lot of land in Egypt.
Yes.
Our most land is desert. But as I said, we have a groundwater, and it needs a lot of work, and I need a lot of investment. The normal investment, people cannot do what the government has done.
Yes.
And as the president has said, we have done the infrastructure, and any investor, he want to invest in agriculture, he just can come, but on our rules. So if we would like to aggregate 1 million fadan of 500 fadan of wheat, we have to tell him to do that.
Yes.
And not that they do many things in one piece. So by this, we can reduce our export, our import from wheat from abroad. It costs us millions of dollars to import wheat from abroad. And if we succeed to aggregate the land which we have, it will cost us a lot of money.
Yes.
But in the longer run, we will be the winner. So it's actually a win-win situation for the government and for the Egyptian people and for the food security.
Yes, Engineer Abbas Zughari will be turning to the second top story for today, which took place on Sunday. That was a quick comment regarding the first top story, and we'll be returning once again to you. General Coordinator of the National Dialogue, Diya Rashwan, said that the first session of the dialogue's political path was vastly constructive and unprecedented, encompassing a wide spectrum of political groups and parties with different viewpoints. His remarks came after the first political session of the National Dialogue kicked off on Sunday at the Cairo International Center for Conferences in Cairo's Nasr City. The political axis of the dialogue will be discussed across 5 subcommittees, namely the practice of the Political Rights Committee, Parliamentary Representation, Provincial Affairs, Political Parties, the Human Rights and the Public Freedoms, syndicates and the civil society. Engineer Abbas Zughari, how do you see the importance of the national dialogue in general, more specifically as we just saw the provincial affairs that could be tackling agriculture, for example?
Well, actually, it's a good point, but I hope that the Egyptian people will take it with a brave shoulder.
Yes.
Normally, people talk too much without knowing the facts about what's the government of the presidency busy with.
Yes.
Because the knowledge and of the people is limited, and therefore it creates some different of opinion.
Yes.
So I hope by this that people will be in one man opinion for the progress of the country. So I find it very important that the most doctors and political journalists, people sitting in one table
Yes.
and talking about what must be done in Egypt that people can be living in comfort, democracy, and sharing the opinion in positive way and not in negative way. That we could be helpful for the government and for the president. As you will know,
Yes.
the president and his government are working very hard, and the Egyptian people expecting everything very fast, which is not impossible.
Yes.
Which is impossible, actually.
Yes.
Impossible. So people must know that everything must work under a good plan and under a good administration and with a good agenda, that
Yes.
we could reach our aim, which we are busy to reach, that we could be equal to the modern country, that we could try to give a good life for the Egyptian people.
Yes, and this will be going through different processes. One of them is the national dialogue, as we will be heading to the second report of the daily debate for tonight, and it comes from the main topic of ours for tonight, achieving self-sufficiency in terms of the national aim of the agricultural projects in Egypt. We will be having more details regarding this subject and those projects in the upcoming reports, so stay tuned.
The agriculture sector is a major component of the Egyptian economy, which is why Egypt has placed agricultural development at the top of its priorities amid its endeavors to increase contribution of the agriculture sector to the gross domestic products, GDP.